about making the gut happy. So everybody's gonna get a smiley face pin today. I'm not gonna make it rain or anything, but you guys can come up and grab one at the end of the presentation, or I'll have them up here with me. Can I have a little clicker ditty? Oh, it's right here. Clicker ditty. Okay, so let's make sure I'm working. Okay, got it. Okay, so what your gut is telling your brain is a conversation worth paying attention to, and the connection between the health of your microbiome, which we just lovingly gave a little pat to, and the vitality of your brain is truly undeniable. There's so much research out there. You guys could just Google anything, pick up any book. There's so much out there. I am super passionate about this topic. And again, my name is Alicia Long. These are my kiddos. And I am a natural health educator, soon to be natural health therapist. And I am Chief Sunshine Officer by day. The name of my business is Sunny Side Up Wellness. And so the color yellow and sunshine has been a part of my brand. I also have a podcast. I'm a boy mom and a wife of 12 years. And none of this would be possible. Absolutely none of this would be possible without my health. Because as we know, health is everything. My gut health journey started, I really took a deep dive in 2015 after my second son was born. And I was diagnosed with postpartum depression, and he's now 9. And you know, when you get the diagnosis of postpartum depression, you go down a rabbit hole of why, what that looks like to heal it. Wrong way. Okay, we're going to be talking about the 4 pillars of gut health today. So, consider that a fully developed intestinal tract measures about 20 to 30 feet, which is equivalent to the size of half of a tennis court. That is a lot of bacteria winding and bending about your intestines. So just for fun, my sense of being is a lot of movement anyways. So you guys stand up again. Everybody stand up. I know, one more time to stand up. And stretch your arms out and touch the fingertips of your neighbor. So you're gonna have to move. Yeah, you're gonna have to move. I wish I could take a picture of you right now. This is so fun. Touch the fingertips of your neighbor. Okay, every 4 to 6 people is how long your intestines are. Okay, so look around, every 4 to 6 people. You guys, this is winding about your body. How freaking crazy is that, right? Pretty fun, pretty cool. Who knew that your guts were so cool? So another visual is the tennis court. Okay, so let's take a peek. That's not on, this is. Let's take a peek inside your digestive tract, okay? So, food is chewed, we just got done with lunch, down the esophagus as it reaches the stomach. Gastric juices make digestion possible. Undulation and contractions mix and churn the food. Now, adjacent, the liver filters blood coming from the digestive tract and produces bile. Bile is super important, which aids in the digestion of fats. Bile is stored in the gallbladder. You get a prize. Released into the small intestines and the pancreas, which produces enzymes that aid digestion as well as hormones. So you get Anatomy 101 here, just taking a look at what it looks like inside your digestive tract and digestive system. The pyloric sphincter separates the stomach from the duodenum when food is digested. It passes through the barrier to enter the small intestines. So I think this is, yeah, we want to look at the small intestines. I'll flip the screen in a second. The small intestines are the largest part of the intestinal tract. So when we were here, the small intestines represent the largest part of your tract, okay? Which is why it has to adopt that compacted arrangement, and it's split up into the duodenum. You guys can see here, duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Some of us know this and some of us don't, so I wanted to remind you. And food is pushed along by peristalsis. The primary function of the small intestine is the absorption of nutrients, okay? So if you remember one thing today about the small intestine, absorption of nutrients through the intestinal lining. Now let's look at the large intestine, okay? So stand up for this. You can stay seated unless you want to. Let's trace the large intestine, okay? So coming up the right side is our ascending, and then across the middle is our transverse, and then down the left is our descending. And then we get our poop, right, that comes out, right? So we've got the ascending, transverse, and descending, which you can see up here, and then there's different parts of that. So food, we just ate lunch, enters the large intestine through the cecum, and we just talked about how it's traced. Now, smooth muscle contractions carry the food through the large intestine. The remaining waste material is absorbed and then comes out as feces. I love talking about poop, and I actually have a poop club. It's a true story. It's called the Cleanse Club. So that's a fun fact about me. I love talking about poop if you want to talk about poop with me. But doesn't this, you guys, doesn't this give you like such a deep appreciation? Like your body does this on its own. We're not like, hello, are you working in there? It just does it on its own. And it's pretty damn cool if you ask me. So, okay, we're talking about gut health. So far you're like, Allie, we've talked a lot about the intestines, but it's a part of gut health, right? So a collection of trillions of microscopic organisms called bacteria and fungi live mostly in the large intestine. If digestion is your body taking food and turning it into fuel, right? So we can exercise, so we can move, so we can go about our day, your microbes or your gut microbiome are the workers. How happy your gut health is, how happy your gut is, depends on what you put in it. Yes! So what are we going to put in it? Let's stop putting a bunch of crap in it. There are millions of different microbe genes that influence how your human genes act. Let's take a look at some studies. Okay, these poor mice, they always get studied on. Let's bless them. In recent studies, the microbiome of healthy mice were transplanted into stressed mice. They experienced reduced stress and happiness. Fecal transplants. You guys have never known about fecal transplants? It's a thing. And these mice were studied, and the happy mice poop entered the sad mice, and it changed their behavior, and vice versa. Fruit flies with particular bacteria and their microbiomes ate protein. But different researchers found that these different fruit flies with microbiomes of different strains craved sugar. So does our microbiome have the makeup of craving sugar? Is that why we always want sugar? Or does our microbiome, is it balanced? Is that why we don't go down that rabbit hole of midnight snacking and things like that? I don't know. You tell me. Super fascinating. So how do we alter or change our microbiome for the better? There are immeasurable ways to influence our microbiome. Okay? Immeasurable ways. Where we live. How well we're sleeping, the quality of our sleep. Are we exercising every day? Does this look like your life right here? Are you chronically stressed out? Maybe we should take a look at that. No, I don't want any more antibiotics. Thank you very much. You tell them, Shirley Temple. What's that? Birth control, rock. It will rock your microbiome. And of course, you know, we should be mindful of what we're eating, right? So there's so many factors, you guys, so many factors. Okay, so are you dying to know what the 4 pillars of gut health are? My gosh, I have 6 minutes left to get through this. Holy crap. Okay, so let's get through this. 4 pillars of gut health. P-I-F-S. Get out your pen and write P-I-F-S. I can't do it. Willie, I need you up here to help me. P-I-F-S. These are the 4 pillars I came up with. Okay, what's P? P. Probiotics and prebiotics, okay? So, probiotics in the form of food are going to be your best bet. What does a probiotic food look like? Your body can better assimilate it because it recognizes it's the full matrix, right? Kimchi, kefir, kombucha, tershi, fermented food, kraut, apple cider vinegar, tempeh, sourdough. Those are natural probiotics. So, Allie, do I need probiotics in the form of a pill? We live in a pretty broken world, So I would say that supplementing with probiotics and prebiotics is a good idea, but food is always the best, okay? So if you are taking probiotics or prebiotics, I recommend in my research and just my own journey, introducing different strains. So maybe like every 30, 60, 90 days, change the strain, because then it's diversifying. Just like you want to diversify your portfolio, which by the way, I know nothing about stocks, so please don't ask me about stocks. But we can talk about diversifying your gut. And then also budget friendly. What if you have clients or friends or family that $30 a month on probiotics isn't going to cut it for them? But they can go make their own sauerkraut, right? They could make their own fire cider with apple cider vinegar. There's all these things we can do, okay? So that is P. Oh, super fun fact. Blood type B has 50,000 times the number of friendly bacteria than any other blood type. Who's a bee? All the bees in the house. I knew you were a bee. What an honor, by the way, to go after you. What an honor. Oh my gosh. Okay, what's I? What's I? What's I? Tell me, Allie. Whoops. Oh shoot, I gave it away. I. Okay, I. Identify minerals and vitamin deficiencies to better assimilate nutrients and balance gut-brain health. Okay, I'm going to move through this quickly, so get out your pen or pencil and just maybe write down keywords. The digestive system needs B vitamins to create red blood cells, gain energy, primarily B12, which we just talked about. Adequate B12 and vitamin C aid in iron absorption. It all works together for your gut bacteria, okay? Vitamin D supports digestion, immunity, and calcium absorption. Selenium protects the lining of the gut and enhances your gut's response to inflammation. Zinc supports the production of digestive enzymes and helps reduce the risk of leaky gut. Magnesium relaxes muscles, balances blood sugar, and helps with stress and inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids help support an anti-inflammatory response, good cardiovascular health. Very, very good for the gut, omega-3s. L-glutamine can speed up the repair of the intestinal lining and decreases intestinal permeability. Choline. How many times have you heard the word choline today? Awesome. Eat your egg yolks. Egg yolks are good for us. Humans produce choline in the liver, right? But the amount that the body naturally synthesizes is not sufficient. So we need to get choline. Okay, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Fiber. Fiber. I love fiber. Okay. Our diet, past and present, is the single greatest influence on our gut health. Okay? Seems pretty obvious, but researchers looking at diverse dietary patterns saw significant differences in the gut microbiota of leafy green eating vegetarians versus meat eaters, Western urban children versus rural African children, and a range of elderly people consuming different diets. So essentially they just looked at different diets over time. Not surprisingly, healthy diets like the Mediterranean diet, right, high in olive oil and veggies and just the Mediterranean diet is fantastic, have been shown to be associated with more diverse microbiota compared to the SAD diet. I hate that we live in a country with a SAD diet, but we can fight it, we can overcome it. So to investigate the adaptability of the microbiome to changes in dietary patterns, researchers analyzed the fecal microbiota of individuals that shifted them from plant-based, high in fiber, to exclusively animal-based. And here's what they found. This is really important, so I wanted to make sure. I know it's a little lengthy, but the microbiota patterns were noticeably shifted shortly after a diet change. So this suggestion shows us that the microbiota within the gut can adapt quickly. So for somebody that says for a whole lifetime, I've been eating fast food, the good news is the microbiota adapts quickly. So even within 3 days of eating healthier, organic, repairing the gut, maybe some bone broth, kefir, we can start to see the repair taking place. Now, does that mean we should stop after 3 days? No, because it's for a lifetime. We can choose right now to eat the rainbow. Okay, I'm gonna skip that and just, I talk a lot about fiber. I really love fiber, but I have 20 seconds left. So, fiber in my diet is like chia seeds, flax seeds, not Metamucil. Real fiber, guys, real fiber, okay? And the S, say no, okay? We're gonna say no to fried foods, sugar, which reduces beneficial bacteria and increases pathogenic bacteria, processed food, and stress. So, really quickly, oh my gosh, I need like 18 more minutes. Really quick, let's talk about stress, because the connection between gut health and brain health. When your body is in a chronic state of stress, the gut is sending those signals to the brain and vice versa through the vagal nerve, which is a part of your nervous system. So I'm bringing this full circle for you. So stress is really, really critical to get under control, because the gut talks to the brain and the brain talks to the gut through the vagal nerve, right? And when we're in a chronic state of stress, we're in fight or flight. So where do you think our blood and our nutrients and all of our energy is going? It's going to fight the tiger. So instead of going to fight the tiger, let's put all of our energy into rest and digest, which is in that lower stress state. Your gut is not Las Vegas. What happens in the gut does not stay in the gut. And that's me. Thank you.